So as a customer, you go down to the dealership, they've agreed to sell you the car for MSRP or less, and then all of a sudden you find out they got $3,000 worth of fees that you didn't know about, that you were not expecting, and they're mandatory. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of bogus dealer fees and how you can protect your wallet. And don't forget to stick around to the end of this, because I have the one tactic that you can use that could potentially save you thousands of dollars. So first, let's talk about how big the problem is. And this is not something that's just come about. I mean, with dealerships making less money, cars getting more expensive, we know that they're looking for profit centers in just about every segment of the store. In the late 90s, when I first got in the car business, there was a dealership out of California, Gunderson Chevrolet, that was hit with a $2.8 million lawsuit. Now, this lawsuit was about the dealership overcharging and not disclosing the amount of money that they were charging customers in their retail finance contracts. They had basically overcharged over 1,000 people, upwards of $6,000 each when they purchased their automobiles from them. And this problem is not isolated to them, and it didn't go away. In fact, in 2022, in Napleton, Illinois, there was a dealership that was charged over $10 million for doing exactly the same thing. Not disclosing fees in the correct way, basically selling customers products and services that they either didn't know about or they didn't want. And to make things worse, this particular dealership was hit with a discrimination lawsuit at the same time. There are a lot of things that the dealership is going to try to charge you for that you may or may not want, and a lot of times they won't disclose them correctly. And that's why I'm making this video. So the first thing, and this is one that we used to call mop and glow in the business, is paint and fabric protection. Now, what paint and fabric protection is basically some sort of wax or polymer that the dealership is going to apply to the vehicle, and some sort of coating that they put on the interior, the leather and the cloth of the seats. And it's supposed to give you some sort of protection against any environmental effects or anything like that. They also sell a small warranty goes along with it that I've never seen anybody utilize, and it's just pretty much a waste of time and money. It wouldn't be something that I would opt for if I were buying a new car right now. If I was really concerned about having paint and fabric protection applied to the car. Oh, and by the way, you have no proof that the dealership has done any of this stuff to the car. You can't really see that it's been done. So if you actually wanted to get some sort of paint and fabric protection done to the car, find a reputable detailer in the area and have them do you know, the outside of the car and the inside of the car. It's going to cost you about $300 to do so. So I would skip it from the dealer. I would go with them. The next one is nitrogen-filled tires. The Federal Trade Commission actually deemed this to be an actual scam. It's where the dealership actually fills your tires with nitrogen instead of air. And I can give you personal experience. I know it's all bullshit. And here's why. Number one, out of the 3 cars that I bought, every single one of them, I've had to go out in the wintertime and top off the air in the tires. Yeah, I know you probably have to do it with nitrogen anyway, they're going to tell you. But the reality is there's no difference in overall performance and the tire life. They really haven't been able to prove that it's going to extend the life of your tires anyway. In critical situations, like if you're driving an F1 car or if you're behind the wheel of the space shuttle, then I could see it making a difference. But in most cases, it does not make any sense to invest in this. And at the last dealership I worked at, they were charging $850 a copy to do so. I would skip it. It's not worth the money. Vehicle theft registration and or window etching. And this is where the dealership will take take an acid pen and they will etch into the glass a number, and that number gets sent to their insurance company and insures your car against theft for a number of years, and it's between like $3,500 and $4,500 that the dealer's insurance company is going to give you on top of what your own insurance company is going to get you. In the 3 decades that I worked in the automotive industry, I never once saw a customer take advantage of this. It's highly underutilized. It's just something I've never seen paid out. For what it costs, between $300 to $600, they charge you as a fee on your contract. It's definitely not worth it, and I would pass on it. It's not something that gains any value. Extended warranties and service contracts. Well, I kind of have a mixed relationship with this product because I have seen customers utilize an extended warranty and it has come in handy for them, but they've been very few and far between. Most dealerships are charging between $3,000 and $7,000 for an extended warranty. At best, it's really only going to cover 2 years after the basic warranty expires on the car. So you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it for me to have a couple of years worth of coverage for that amount of money? You're better off taking that money and putting it in the bank and setting it aside for unexpected repairs in the future. Extended warranties are really only worth 10 cents to 15 cents on the dollar, and they're only utilized 40% of the time. So it's definitely something that I would skip, and I would just save my money and, for repairs in the future. If you really want an extended warranty on the car, you need to take some time and do some research. Call the other dealerships in the area. They will give you a price quote, and trust me, they want to get your business because they haven't sold you a car, but they want to see if they could sell you an extended warranty. It's going to be a better price, and there's third-party companies out there that have really good products and services that can offer it at a fraction of the price. I'm not going to get into any specifics, but I know that there's a lot of companies out there that can give you the same coverage for a lot less money. Do me a favor, if anybody has experiences like this, if you've purchased a car in recent memory, I'd like to get the feedback of what your experiences were with the dealer. Leave me a comment down below, and please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Well, dealers have gotten more sophisticated on how they're trying to charge you all these additional things. And one thing that they'll do is they'll actually try to add something onto the car. Aftermarket add-ons like wheels and tires, bed liner, bug shield, running boards, window tint, pinstriping. You get the idea. A lot of times you go on the car lot and they'll have a separate sticker next to the Monroney label that will show what they've added to the car, heavily inflated. If you're shopping for a car, you found the one that you want, but it has wheels, tires, pinstripe, whatever, and you decide that you do not want it, you need to get with the sales manager or the salesman and say, look, I want this car, but I don't want these accessories. What are we going to do about them? Because I'm not going to pay for them. And I know this kind of negotiation can work because I've personally been in a situation where I was helping a customer and they wanted a particular car. It had aftermarket wheels on it. I swapped the wheels from another car, same model, just to make the customer happy. So I know it can be done. If the dealership is showing some flexibility with you, then it shows that they're willing to work with you and they want your business. And keep in mind, there's always going to be a point where the finance manager, they're going to offer you all these aftermarket products and they're going to try to package them together. And they're going to say, well, if you get the extended warranty, I can maybe do the nitrogen tires for this amount of money or this amount of money. It's basically a shell game. They're going to try to work you. Listen, if it's a product or service that you want, great. If it isn't, then you need to let them know that. So going back to the two lawsuits that I talked about earlier, and you have to ask yourself, how and why does this happen? How does it happen? And I'm going to show you exactly how it happened, okay? Both dealerships, I can tell you from firsthand knowledge, did something like this. They had a fast and loose finance manager that went in and said, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, nice to meet you. I have your paperwork here. We're going to get all this signed up for you. Go ahead and sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. Oh, and your last one here, go ahead and press really hard, 3 copies. Okay, I'm going to put this in an envelope, put it together. I'm going to staple it so you can't read it. Here you go, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There's your paperwork. Your salesman will meet you out there. Enjoy your day. That's exactly how it happened because the customers didn't take the time to read their paperwork and get full disclosure on what they were signing and what they were buying. They were only concerned about the payment. And that's how these things happen. When you are uneducated, uninformed, and you go into a situation like this, they will take advantage of you and they won't disclose anything. They'll just get you to sign and take off. So I'm going to give you the one thing that you can do that's going to protect yourself. But first, I want to tell you exactly what to do ahead of time. And the first thing is you need to do some homework, do some research, not just on the car that you're buying, okay? You need to find out exactly what kind of aftermarket products and services are available, do a little bit of research, see if it's something that you're interested in. I'm not bagging on these dealers because it's how they make their money. But the reality is, if there's a product or service that you want out there, you need to know exactly kind of approximately how much it's going to cost. You don't want to be that person that gets home, that you finally read your paperwork and you see that you paid $3,000 for theft registration, because that's one of the things that they pointed out in the lawsuits that we talked about. The second thing you need to do is get approved through your own bank or credit union. Why would you go to the dealer unless they have a subvented rate like a 1% or 2%? Why would you go to the dealership to obtain your financing? If you have bad credit, I understand that. I get that. But get approved through your own bank or credit union. I beg of you, because it's going to tell you the rate, it's going to tell you the term, it's going to tell you the price, it's going to tell you the payment, it's going to tell you all these things ahead of time before you even hit the finance office. And all these fees you can negotiate, you can know exactly what you're going to pay ahead of time. So you need to do that. This is the one thing that you can do to protect yourself. With every one of these aftermarket products or services, your wheel and tire, your nitrogen filled tires, your theft registration, gap insurance, I forgot to get into that. With all these products and services, they are going to have a separate contract, okay? With a separate contract, there's always going to be a disclosure down at the bottom, and it's going to say something like this. The purchase of this protection program is voluntary. It is not a requirement for the purchase, lease, or financing of this vehicle. I'm going to make sure that's up on the screen somewhere. It is not a requirement to purchase this vehicle. If you get into a situation where someone in the dealership, finance manager, whoever is saying, you have to have this in order to buy the car, then you need to grab that contract and show them, it says right here that this product is not mandatory for me to purchase the car. So which is it? You're contradicting yourself. If you bring that up after reading it, because you got to read your paperwork, okay? They are going to do a lot of tap dancing. They probably get another manager involved, whatever. But you need to stand up for yourself, and this is the one thing that could save you thousands of dollars. Okay, so what you need to say when presented with all this stuff, if you do not want it, just say, listen, I was offered these products and services. I'm declining them, and I would like to continue purchasing the car. And if they are mandatory, if there's something that you require to have, I'm okay. I'll get up and leave. No problem. I appreciate your time. When you say that, that puts you in power, and they're going to back down. No one wants to lose a deal over it. And if they're willing to lose a deal over it, then they're not the dealership that you want to do business with. If you have a problem with the car in the future, are you really going to want to take it to them because they're going to help you? This is not a good sign. Okay, so here's the bottom line. Here's what you need to remember. You have the power in this transaction. The dealer needs you to buy more from them than you need to buy from this specific dealer. If a dealer won't remove bogus fees, then you need to find the ones that will. There's going to be dealers that are be out there that are going to treat you fairly, and those are the ones that you need to reward with your business. So now that you know how to avoid all these bogus fees, you need to watch this next video. This is about the 8 things that the managers in these places wish you didn't know about. So until next time, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We're going to catch you on the next one, and goodbye.